Eurasia is the largest continent of our planet. These boundless steppes and mighty mountains became the cradle of the Turkic world thousands of years ago. I am Samat Tolukbay, a journalist and researcher. I follow in the footsteps of our ancestors, in the footsteps of the Turkic tribes and people who engendered a great nomadic civilization, who left our steppes and lived in different parts of the world. The School of Nomads, studying the past, creating the present to build the future. My journey through an amazing country of Azerbaijan continues. I like everything here: Baku weather and friendly citizens and a rich culture. I think you will agree with me that any traveler arriving in a new country always wants to try the national cuisine. And I am no exception. Today I decided to completely immerse myself in a fragrant and tasty world of Azerbaijani cuisine. The national Azerbaijani cuisine has a long history. The first people appeared here in the early Paleolithic era. They were engaged in gathering, hunting, and fishing. The life of primitive men was depicted on the petroglyphs of Gobustan. This is a historical and art reserve with thousands of cave paintings. Interestingly, one of the stones depicts a carcass cutting skin for an animal. After thousands of years, modern chefs have been cutting meat like this. And this is the Gutab town. According to archaeologists, the Neolithic settlement dates back to 6th millennium BC. This is the most ancient monument of settled life in the Caucasus. Food was already prepared in ceramic dishes here. So Gutab is a full-fledged human hearth, where the first dishes may have appeared. Like all nations, for the Azerbaijani people, the main thing on the table was always bread. From ancient times, it was considered the main gift of the gods. From time immemorial, Azerbaijani housewives bake a variety of bread. This is yuha, fater, pita, sengar. You can't list everything. All these names are found in medieval literature and historical documents. In modern Baku, hot bread of various kinds can be tasted anywhere. For example, cakes are baked in these tandoor ovens. Gutab is being prepared here. This is a thin sheet of hot pita bread. It is generously coated with butter and stuffed with herbs and yogurt. It is so tasty. And if you drink ayran with, this is a local salty kefir, so you can walk full all day. Azerbaijan people appreciate all their traditions, and culinary is no exception. For example, these stone stoves installed right at the entrance to the restaurant. Here the cook cooks meat on hot stone stoves, and of course, I couldn't control myself and began to study the kitchen. For this dish, I use beef or lamb and a lot of different vegetables. It will be a kind of roast. They say that the ancient Turks in this way could cook their own food quickly and without any cauldrons. Just a suitable stone would be enough. Because of the smoke, I have watery eyes. I don't know how the chef can cope with this roasting pan. I decided to leave this place, but only because a very interesting meeting awaits me and you. For several decades, this man has been engaged in a revival of recipes of ancient dishes, develops Azerbaijani culinary art, and opens it to the whole world. Meet Professor Tahir Amirslanov. I would call him a real patriot. The author of a number of books about the history and culture of Azerbaijani cuisine continues to explore the subtleties of dishes that have been prepared and perfected for centuries. And today, he will acquaint me with the rich culinary art of the Azerbaijani people. Hello, welcome. How are you? I came from Kazakhstan. I am very glad. The Kazakhs are our brothers. We're always glad to see you. Thank you. I came to get to know your traditional cuisine more closely. Well done. Take a bag from Samat and you will come with me. We are starting a culinary tour. Without questions, Tahir Agha.
Здесь я сделал консалтинг этого ресторана. Здесь была ничего, каша и у нас больше 50.
When we developed the concept of restaurant, there was nothing of this here. There were 50 khanates in Azerbaijan, but it was not possible to reflect everything. There is no place for that. So we showed 8 of them. And here is our Baku Khanate. Today it is the capital of Azerbaijan. You are in Baku. This is the standard flag of the Khanate. Here all the carpets are made with a Baku ornament. Here you see above, it is also made by a Baku ornament. This is all from the Baku Khanate. Baku is one of the oldest cities in Azerbaijan. It was the capital of the Shirvanshahs. After a devastating earthquake occurred in Shamaki, the first capital, you probably know about it. Sheki, you'll probably been there too. It is also a very beautiful city. This is the flag of the Sheki Khanate. Ornaments are here. You know that the palace of the Sheki Khans is on the UNESCO list. Everything has been done here for Sheki. And here are the dishes of these particular Khans. Listening to Tahir Agha, I seem to plunge into the history of ancient Azerbaijan. Walking through the beautiful hall, you can explore all the regions of the country. For example, this is the Ganja Khanate. Today it is the second largest city in the republic. And look what is here. Incredibly beautiful, a whole puppet world. I would call it Azerbaijani ethnography in miniature. They say that something like this looked like the way of life of people in the era of the Shirvanshahs. By the way, it is very similar to the life of Kazakh nomads. Look at various utensils. Here are stone millstones, the same as ours. Looking at this diorama, you can foresee the diversity of national cuisine. I have set up a lot of restaurants around the world, and when I found the restaurant, I don't consider the food as the first thing. First, a restaurant philosophy is invented, because restaurants are designed to exploit human feelings. If the restaurant serves only food, then this is the dining room. The real restaurant serves a bit of food and the rest is feeling. Average restaurant, food and feelings, and only food is served in the dining room. Here we serve historical feelings. the history of Azerbaijan, and in the menu, when you try later, you will understand that we have a very tasty story. Thank you. I will taste your dishes today as a real Khan, but I would also like to participate in the process of preparing all dishes. Of course. Now let's go to the kitchen. I will show everything. Thank you. So, let's get started. It's time to get started. Who eats well? That's right, one who works well. So I'm going to cook Azerbaijani dishes. Now we will cook a tushpara. These are dumplings. The peculiarities that we will cook are dumplings in a samovar. Please tell us more in detail.
Вы знаете, в Азербайджане нашли самовар в этим, как его, шути, при раскопках. Самовар 3700 лет.
You know, in Azerbaijan, in Sheki, we found samovar during excavations. Samovar is 3,700 years old. This is the oldest samovar. Prior to this, the Egyptian samovar was considered the oldest, which was 2 years old. But tea is 2,000 years old, and the tea was not prepared in that samovar. Soups were prepared in these samovars. Just in a samovar, the water-air balance is optimal. Therefore, the tea obtained from the samovar is more delicious when the fire comes from inside the dishes and outside too. It turns out the optimal taste. And this samovar could be created by those nations that do not have a lot of firewood. In order to save, he threw dung, saxaul, and you can immediately cook some soup, something else. Very high fuel efficiency. And so the first samovars were not flat, but slightly concave inward, so that they could be loaded onto a camel and so on. It turns out that samovar devices were known in the prehistoric world. The Azerbaijani prototype was made of clay. This samovar, recreated by Tahir is an exact copy of the Sheki artifact. The only difference is that this replica is made of brass. All because the ceramic samovar was less practical in the restaurant business. So it is in this samovar that we will cook our dumplings. They promise that it will be very tasty. Willingly, I believe. More than a samovar, I was surprised by the size of Azerbaijani dumplings. Well, it is very tiny. Although the ingredients seem to be the same, wrap minced meat in a dough. It is not an easy task. And then, according to Tahir, mine is too big. It turns out that for a skilled master, at least 10 dumplings should fit in a tablespoon. In old times, they say the most skilled women were defined in this way.
Меніңше, бұл тұшпараны дайындау үшін адамға ең алдымен үлкен шыдамдылық керек.
Definitely, a lot of patience is needed to prepare this food. How many such mini dumplings are needed in order to feed one family? I do not know.
Кіші саусақтың басындай ғана көлемдегі тұшпараны бір отбасына жететіндей.
You look at these sizes, you can make dumplings only with the help of the little finger. I think Azerbaijani women are very patient. But usually, this dish is cooked simultaneously with several pairs of hands. Wives, sisters, daughters-in-law, grandmothers, and daughters and granddaughters gather in the kitchen and make tushpara while having an interesting conversations. Though, you can't cook this dish in another way.
Аяқтай алмай қаласың ау.
It seems we have made enough dumplings for one samovar. My task is to fill the furnace of a samovar with hot coals.
Дайын шоқтарды салам. Дәл осы қуысты толтыруым керек екен. Міне шоғымыздың үстіне су құйылған ортаңғы бөлігін.
So we put the base of the samovar on our coals. Now our dumplings will go. Okay? We added local spices to the bouillon. It should be very tasty.
Ал енді бұны қақпағын жауып 15 минутқа қойып қоямыз.
Now cover and wait 15 minutes. This time is enough for our dumplings to be cooked.
Дайын болады. Күтейік.
The next dish I'm introduced to is called Mouton.
Мутанджам один из самых древнейших блюд Азербайджана. В 12 веке из Ганджи Абу-Бакр в Мунистане описывает, про мутанджам пишет. Даже во всех дворцовых книгах до сих пор то, что пришло, повторяется мутанджам.
Mouton is one of our oldest dishes. There are many references to it in palace books. For example, the 12th century, and in different regions of Azerbaijan, it is prepared in its own way.
Мясо может быть разное.
The suitable meat is beef, lamb, and chicken. About most often we use mutton. Essential ingredients: butter, chestnuts, and pekmez. This is such a condensed juice of grapes or mulberries.
Знаете, у вас тоже есть
We prepare exclusively in stone cauldrons, as our ancestors did. For 4 years, I was looking for a suitable stone. I could hardly find it. It has no radiation, it is durable, and does not collapse from heat and cold. Therefore, these cauldrons are unique, heavy. You can see.
холода, не разрушается. Поэтому эти казаны уникальные, они тяжелые, можете держать на руках, посмотрите.
So we set about preparing one of the oldest Azerbaijani dishes. We heated our stone cauldron and melted butter in it and fried the onions. Then we put meat to the cauldron. By the way, it was already cooked. The goal is to grind the lamb in all of these spices. After 20 minutes, the dish will be ready. In the meantime, I'm going to cook desserts.
Bugünləri hazırladığımız indi bizim paklava olacak. Yəni paklava bizim en güzel, yəni Novruz bayramı.
Now we'll be looking at the Azerbaijani baklava. Most often we cook it for Nowruz. This is one of your famous desserts, huh? Yes, the baklava dough consists of butter, sour cream, milk, eggs, and flour. See how soft.
Xəmirə baxın, görürsüz necədir?
Yes, very soft.
Paklava için biz əvvəlcədən 2 dənə yekə bir kündə götürdük.
First, divide our dough into small pieces. 2 of them should be larger, the rest of the same size. Our baklava will consist of 12 layers.
12 qatdan ibarətdir.
Of these, 2 are large, others are small.
Май жағамыз. Бұл
So, we apply some oil.
Yağıdır, biz bunu
Creamy.
əvvəl
Apply our baking tray thoroughly.
ən alt qata çəkirik. Bax, birinci xəmir qalın.
We roll first sheet thicker. Because, but the last one should be thick. That's right. And the rest of the sheets need to be rolled out very thinly. Got it. Let's place the sheets, yes?
Və biz bunu yenidən
Once again smeared with oil.
әр қабат.
And so, every layer. Yes, we cover each leaf with oil and sprinkle with the nut mixture. Let me. It seems I will succeed. Enough? Yes.
qoz əlavə edəcək. Burada da
Now nuts.
yəni
And what nuts?
qoza bir
Crushed walnuts and sugar. For 1 kilogram of nuts, 1 kilogram of sugar. It turns out very sweet baklava. So much sugar. And we'll have 12 layers, right?
12 qat olsun.
Yes, 12.
12 qat.
Al
Onu
енді.
qoyaq, ala.
Şamamen түсін
It seems that everything is clear. Further things will go faster.
берейін.
Alaca. Yaymaq istərsiniz?
Will you roll it?
Yaymaq istərsiniz?
Let's try.
Qoyaq.
Бүлдірдім ме? Бастамайды.
I have not started yet, but already spoiled it.
Мен бұл іске
Give me another one.
дейміз.
Don't touch it. Do you still need oil?
Yağı verirəm. az.
Here I messed up. Wherever I touch, everywhere I spoil the tender dough.
Міне қамырымызды төсеп болдық. Яғни бұл жерде
So we laid out our layers. You can do more. 12, but no less, right?
қамыр одан қоса берсе болады. Солай ғой.
Yes. It remains to roll out the topmost sheet.
Ayırıq, salırıq.
Мынау соңғысы бізде.
Son.
Тағы да
Last? Yes.
Bu axırıncı qatdı, yaydıq. Biz indi bunu götürürük. Onu qoyun bura.
I think I almost learned. I will return to Kazakhstan and open a mini bakery. I will bake Azerbaijani baklava. What do you say? As God wishes. Well, it works for me. We make the edges equal. Yes, cut it off. Wait.
Ал енді бұл дайын.
İndi bunu
Actually, we have the dough ready. What do we do next?
kəsirik.
It remains to cut. We cut our dough.
Төрт бұрыш қып, е? Енді былай ма?
İndi böyle.
Жұмыс қолдан келеді енді.
Paklavamız hazırdır. Biz de hazırladık onu. Aparıb qoyacağıq peçkaya. Peçkada pişəndən sonra biz bunu
Our baklava is almost ready. It remains to put it in the oven. After baking, we use the knife again. Then pour the sweet syrup and melted butter.
dəqiqə paklavamız hazırdır.
20-25 minuttun içinde.
And in 20-25 minutes, our baklava will be ready. And I'll try it, right?
Sən nə deyirsən?
Of course, you'll try. Our baklava looks very delicious. I want to eat it right now, without baking, but I have to wait. While it is going to be baked, I'll learn about another dessert.
Менің қасымдағы сұлу
These beautiful girls are preparing another decoration of the Azerbaijani table.
сонымен
What is this dessert called? And how is it prepared?
жасалады.
Welcome.
Siz
Thank you.
bugünkü şirniyyatımızın adı şeker buradır.
Şəkər, buratı.
Şeker bura. Şeker bura. Şeker buranın xəmirinə hazırlanması üçün lazımdır un, duz, yumurta.
Our dessert is called sheker bura. The dough consists of flour, salt, eggs, and yeast. From the dough, you need to roll out small cakes.
Və belə kiçik kündələr düzəldirik.
Ha,
But here you have such.
Kiçik və bunun içliyi, naçinkası, fındık
Yes, we put a mixture of nuts and sugar inside.
və azacıq vanil.
яғни
And it will be too sweetly.
Fındık, saxar и vanil.
түсінікті. Ал енді іске кірісейік.
Biz bunu yoğururuq və belə balaca kiçik
Yes.
kündələr
So I took a piece of dough which I'll roll out a small cake.
Bu oxlovla yayırıq.
Such small sizes.
Aha.
Yes. May I try too?
Қараңыздар. Мына тәттінің пішіні кәдімгі.
Look, this dessert called the sheker bura is very similar to our samsa, only inside, instead of meat, a sweet nut mix.
Екі жағымыздан
And yet, sheker bura is decorated with a beautiful ornament. There are special devices for this.
енді менің жұмысым сізге қарағанда осы
And it
қыздарға
seems that I will be able to decorate the dessert rather than laying out flatbreads. So let me join you girls. Show me how you do it.
сіз бізге жасап беріп отырыңыз.
As I expected to print ornaments on these cookies is very easy. I would compare this process with meditation. Yes, and being near such beautiful girls is one pleasure too.
Ал қазір шәкәр бура тәттісін пешке салам. Шамамен 15 минуттан асырмау керек. Сол кезде
Sheker bura is ready. We'll also send it to the oven, following the baklava. I was told that the right sheker bura should not be browned. The dessert should be a light color.
деп жатыр. Міне.
Today I got acquainted with the recipes of several dishes. It's time to try them now.
Ал енді аға, бағанадан бері 4-5 тағамдарыңызды, сіздердің ұлттық тағамдарыңызды жасап
Today I
үйрендім.
spent all day in your kitchen, got acquainted with several types of national dishes. But on this beautiful table, I see many more dishes that I don't know. What is it?
Это у нас холодный стол, да? Вначале мы даем гостям в этом ресторане обычно. Вот это мы делаем из всего. И
This is our
варим.
cold appetizer. In general, Azerbaijanis like to either pickle or cook jam from everything. These are pickled cherry plum and quince. And this is a white cucumber. It grows only in Sheki.
Вы там будете, там и белые кизилы.
But first time I see it, I'll try.
Посмотрим на вкус. Это помидоры наши.
This is a local tomato. Bon appetit. Thank you.
Попробуйте.
You try all the dishes. With pleasure. And enjoy your meal. Tahir Agha and his team met me according to all the canons of the Azerbaijani hospitality, which legends are about: the restaurant's interior, oriental motifs, this royal dasarkan, and even courteous waiter in national dress. All this creates the atmosphere of the fact that I really am in the Khan's palace, and I feel like a real Shah. I like the Azerbaijani cuisine so much. All dishes truly conquered me with the subtlety of their tastes, exquisite aromas, and of course, the deep history that they kept together with the spices of the beautiful Caucasus.